Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee and today we are back on my hard mode challenge island, Ember. Today is the day we find out who our campsite villager will be. I feel like up to this point we've been pretty lucky with the villagers we found for this island, but unfortunately we can't pick our campsite villager, so we're just stuck with whoever we get today. Before we get into the campsite, we're going to go through and do all of our daily tasks, the required ones and the ones I've been doing each day to try to progress farther in the game. First, we get a call from the Nook shop with the money we earned from the deposit box yesterday, which was a little over 145,000 bells. Next, I went to see if we had any mail for the day. I went around and chatted with all the villagers, and I got a new reaction, which was nice. This is a hard mode challenge island, so of course we're going to do our daily stretching. Then I went to the resident services where I logged into the ABD to earn my daily Nook miles. I also bought the new pocket expansion. I also went to see what was for sale in the Nook stop. It was then time to check off all of our 2-time Nook mile tasks for the day. I ran around the island to hit all of my rocks. I watered my flowers. I chopped some wood. I caught my 5 bugs. I crafted and sold the hot item of the day. And eventually I was able to check off all of the 5 2-time Nook mile tasks. While I was in the Nook store, I decided to buy my 1 required item of the day, and today I bought a toolbox. Then I did my non-required tasks, which was finding all of my fossils, digging up the shiny spot and burying the bells, finding and learning the DIY in the bottle on the beach. I also ran back to the Nook store to check the turnip prices since I did buy some this Sunday, and it was a very depressing 47 bells. And I added all of the bugs I caught earlier to the bug army. After all the manual labor for the day was complete, I went to chat with Mr. Tom Nook. He told me about his idea to have KK Slider visit our island, and step 1 will be to complete our campsite. He eventually gave me the DIY for the campsite, which was 15 of each type of wood and 15 iron nuggets. After collecting all of the necessary materials, I went to craft the campsite. I decided to put the campsite next to my house on the beach for 2 reasons. 1 is it being on the beach is easier when it comes time to decorate the island, and 2, the campsite being close to my house means I don't have to run around the whole island when a villager comes to visit. And now it's time to see who the next villager of Ember will be. But first I wanted to remind you that we're turning Ember into a haunted farm themed island. I also went through and ranked all of the smug villagers that we could get as our first camper. Our 3 dreamies are Shep, Kyle, and Ken, as they're all on the darker side and I could see them all living on a farm. There are some other farm villagers I'd be okay with having, but I really don't want any of the super colorful villagers. And of course there's always a D tier, and those are just ugly villagers that I don't want. But our first camper is Julian. Okay, I love Julian, but he definitely does not fit the haunted farm theme that we're going for. If I had a fairy core or a kid core island, I'd be so happy. But he really doesn't fit the aesthetic of Ember. I did go ahead and invite him to the island since we don't really have a choice. I ran back to resident services to tell Tom Nook the good news, that our campsite villager wants to stay on Ember and that we're 1 step closer to getting KK Slider to visit our island. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know exactly where I'm going to put Julian's house. Right on the beach. And that's the end of the video, a super short one today. But thanks so much for watching, and before you leave, make sure to give the video a like, comment, and to subscribe to the channel. And if you watch to the end, let me know who your favorite smug villager is versus who you got in your campsite. Bye friends!